Following program is being brought to you on the World Talk Radio Network. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit worldtalkradio.com. The World Talk Radio Network, where the world comes to talk. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the World Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Get ready to pump your energy and jumpstart your dreams with positive, uplifting, life-changing talk radio on the world's most popular power hour, Star Style. Be the star you are. The Oprah of the airwaves, Cynthia Brian, and her sidekick daughter, Heather Brittany, deliver lessons of success spanning the generations of the globe in their information-packed Tea for Two, a mother-daughter brew. In other segments, Cynthia interviews real-life trailblazers, authors, and experts with the courage and vision who show you how to build a road to fulfillment through their unique books and services. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll be informed and entertained. For your free lifestyle empowerment coaching session right here on the airwaves, turn up the volume, relax, sit back, and get ready to be inspired. Because Star Style, Be the Star You Are, starts right now.
Never say never, live your dream.
Well, hello, Power Partners. Welcome to our Hour of Power. It's a program of the best book talk, Star Style, Be the Star You Are, brought to you by Be the Star You Are charity and produced by Star Style Productions. I am your host, Cynthia Brian, and I am not sure if Heather Brittany, my co-host for the Tea for Two segment, is going to make it on today, but she will jump in if she does get here in time. So you just get ready to pump your energy and love, learn, laugh, listen, and live your dreams through books and positive media, because we are a show about following your heart, living your dreams. We call it Champagne for the Spirit. And we hope that you will be very inspired today. The Miracle Moment, which is brought to you by Star Style Productions, coaching you to be the star of your own life. For personal consultations, you can call 925-377-7827 or visit star-style.com. This is a source is unknown. It's anonymous, but I loved it. It says, families are like fudge. They're mostly sweet with a few nuts. And I thought, that's always very perfect, you know, as we get into a season where we're with the family a lot, and we want to, it's sometimes hard to be around our family, but, you know, it's good to know that this is just part of happiness and part of love. Well, today in the Tea for Two segment, we're going to be talking about movie madness and what it's like to be in movies, making movies, what are the film festivals, what's the chances for Oscars, what kind of things are coming up, as well as we'll do some talking about happiness. And then we'll be followed with that with Tax Storm, with Karla Dennis's second book, where she's going to explain the history of taxation, what it means to you, and what's coming in the future. So that is something we all want to know. And in our final section, we will meet with Master Chunyi Lin, and he has Spirit Forest Qigong, which is a relaxation, a healing, a meditation for body, mind, and spirit to bring you optimum health. So very exciting, exciting hour for us today, something that we're really going to grow and learn and really be able to be the stars we are. Well, want to announce the 7th annual essay contest. It is in full swing at the moment. It's sponsored by U.S. Bank, and you're going to be able to win dollars. You'll be getting publication. You'll get a guest spot on this radio show. You'll win books and other prizes. For information on getting into the essay contest, visit BeTheStarYouAre.org. That's BeTheStarYouAre.org. And the topic this year is just a great topic. It is, how do we create more happiness and abundance in our lives through service to others? How do we create more happiness and abundance for others through service in our lives? And I just think that that's an incredible topic, because this is what life to me is all about, is helping other people live their dreams, be their best self, reach for the stars, all of those good things. And the great thing about this essay contest is it's just a very, very short, 300 to 600 words is all you need. And actually, sometimes short is actually harder to write because you got to be very succinct. So you can send an email to info@bethestaryouare.org. And again, check out the website, bethestaryouare.org. We want to thank Michael Ball. He is the general manager of U.S. Bank in Lafayette, California, for sponsoring our Be the Star You Are essay contest. 7 years of winners. It's pretty exciting. Well, getting to the movies, for 3 decades now, I have been working in films and television, and I've also been an acting coach and an on-set coach specializing in young people. However, I work with adults and anyone that really needs to be in the movies. And what I have found over the years is that just about everybody you meet wants to be in show business in one shape or another. And people are always talking about the movies, and they're always talking about things they see, and then they'll always think that they could do it better, and it's possible that they could. We don't really, who knows. But the thing about it is that movies are something that we all really, really love. And this year we have a great number of movies coming up, and as we enter the season where we're going to be wondering who's going to be nominated for the Oscars and the SAG Awards and the Golden Globes, and what movies are going to be at all the film festivals, I think it's time to take a peek at what were your favorites. What are the things that you have enjoyed, and what do you think are going to be the films to beat? I mean, is it going to be Social Network? Is it going to be one of the Toy Stories? Who knows? Is it going to be something that was even simpler? Was it a Robin Hood or a short film? What documentaries did you like? As you've probably heard on this show a couple of times, I am in a new documentary, which is very exciting, and it will be making the rounds of film festivals, and it's also going to be available on DVD, and I think they're looking at possible negotiations for distribution for public television as well, and the name of that movie is called Tapping the Source. If you want to find out more information about it, go to tappingthesourcemovie.com. What I found is exciting is the premise of Tapping the Source is exactly what our essay contest is this year. It really is a message of empowerment, but really how do you find happiness and what can you do? How do you get there? So I just want to encourage you to try to go and check that out. And if you're in an area that has a film festival, maybe you would like to invite that film to be there. So you can even contact me, and I can let the producers know, and they can get in contact with some of the film festivals. Well, what are film festivals? If any of you have been to them, what they really are, they're an organized, extended presentation of films that's usually done in a single locality, but often there'll be many different movie theaters or screening venues that are possible. The films are usually of a recent date, and most film festivals have a focus. I mean, there are international releases, and there's also domestic releases in the film industry, but there might be a special genre, like it could be a film noir, it could be a spiritual, it could be a gay lesbian festival, it could be a horror festival, and the number of films that specialize, sometimes there's festivals that just specialize in short films, or ones that just specialize in documentaries. The first major film festival actually started in Venice in 1932, and the oldest film festivals in the world were actually the Festival de Film, which was in Locarno, that started in 1946. And then there was the Edinburgh Film Festival in 47. Cannes also started in 47, as did Berlin, was in 1951. The San Francisco Film Festival is quite a renowned film festival, and it has been in existence for quite some time. It started in 1957, and the emphasis then was on feature-length dramatic films. And, of course, since that time, it brings in just the biggest films of all time. And then we all know about Sundance Film Festival in Park City, Utah, that honors festivals, that honors really new kind of avant-garde, independent films, and many of these small-budget films go on to having a really big release. So everybody wants to go to Sundance, everybody wants to go to Cannes, everybody wants to go to San Francisco International Film Festival. And we have just found out, which I'm very excited about, that right here in the area where the Be the Star You Are studios are, and the Star Style Studios, is in Moraga, California. The California Independent Film Festival will start showcasing its films starting next year. So we're really excited to be getting this incredible independent film festival. And we have a theater in this area that's a 1930s Art Deco, and they're going to take it over, so it's going to be quite exciting. And we'll give you more information about that when everything is signed, sealed, and delivered, and hopefully our film, Tapping the Source, will actually be there, which that would be pretty fun if that happens, is to have your own film in your own hometown. Who would have thought? Well, I want to go on to something else. I'll let you tell me what you think about the films, and if you'd like to email me, because I do vote in the Screen Actors Guild Awards, and I'm also part of NATIS, where we vote on the Emmys. I would love to hear from you of what TV shows and what films you really like. What do you think was important this last year? Send me an email and tell me your thoughts, because I will be judging in the near future, and it's good to know what other people are thinking and why. The email, Cynthia at star-style.com, and that dash is just a hyphen. So Cynthia at star-style.com. Now that we're entering a season of giving, I want to encourage you to perhaps think about the charities that you believe in, that you want to give something back. I think that when you give yourself as a gift, it creates happiness, and this is a wonderful thing. But as you're going out into the world and you are going to be shopping, people are shopping till they're dropping, it seems, these days. There's a great way, if you shop online, that you can give back to charity without it costing you a penny, and it's just really, really awesome. One of the ways is if you go to goodsearch.com, and there's pull-down menus. You just type in the name of the charity you want to support, and of course, I would love to encourage you to type in Be the Star You Are, and then it takes you to the sites where there are literally thousands and thousands of your favorite retail stores. Just about everybody that has a retail store is there online, and they give a percentage. It actually tells you what the store is going to donate to your charity. Sometimes it's 2% of the purchase, 1%. It might even have a dollar amount. So it's a wonderful way to be giving back, and at the same time, you're buying your gifts for Christmas. And there are other places as well. If you go to the website and go to the homepage at BeTheStarYouAre.org, you'll see that we have several ways that you can just, shop and have presents sent directly to your people. One is iGive.com, MyCause.com, GiveBackAmerica.com, and there are other ones as well. And, of course, we have our own stores on Amazon that you can buy anything on, and it also gives something back to the charity. So I'm hoping that you'll want to give the holiday gift of yourself and of your thoughts. So that would be just super to go to BeTheStarYouAre.org and click on one of those ways to shop and check it out. See if it works for you. Doesn't cost you anything. Also, you can use coupons, that you can use promotion codes. You still get all the discounts. So what a great thing. Now, the other thing that I want to encourage you is about happiness. You want to give the gift of yourself that really lasts the rest of your life. Try giving yourself, this is for you, the gift of happiness, because research has shown that happiness and satisfaction depend more on the inner person than on external circumstances. So the secret to living a long, happy life is to get in charge of your life and what you are doing. Then you can build the life you want. Now, as kids, we are strongly influenced by the opinions of others. And what you learn in early childhood really can run your life for the rest of your life. But you don't have to do that. You can turn off those tapes, especially when you take control. So what is it that you've always wanted to do? Have you been telling yourself, that you want to start to get into art? Do you believe that you can deserve it? Do you want to play music? Whatever it is, give yourself something for you. I have always been somebody of passion and purpose and possibility. I am considered very often to be the passion, purpose, and possibility expert. So I hope that you will consider giving yourself that passion and looking into it. Now, look at your own life and your decisions from a different and valuable perspective. The decisions you make today affect the rest of your life, and you are ultimately the only person to whom you can be accountable and for whom you are responsible. So every new decision is truly a life's resolution. Now, there are some brain studies. The brain chemical oxytocin is released when there's positive contact with others, or even with yourself. If I love being by myself because I love just thinking. I love new ideas. I love reading books. This is why we bring you all these fabulous authors on our show. So I guess I have a lot of oxytocin that's released into me. But I suggest the same thing, that when your serotonin levels can be raised by physical activity. I mean, you could go out and do yoga, belly dancing, swing on a swing, do cartwheels, play with your animals, meditation. If you take an aromatherapy bath with scented candles or oils, or just be out in nature like I like so much. Listen to music, pull weeds. These are all things that can raise your serotonin and your oxytocin levels. A comforting touch. You can get a massage. You can give a massage. You can give a hug. All of these things are really very good. Even a warm exchange with a close friend, a letter writing, going on a picnic, just being with family. So the supreme happiness of life is the conviction that we are loved, is something that Victor Hugo said. And he knew that there were more kinds of love than romance and marriage. So no matter what is happening in your romantic life, the solid presence of good friends and family will lift your spirits and fill your days and give you the support that you need to have a great relationship. So, like they say, it takes a village to raise a child. It really takes a sense of community, of family, connectiveness. And I just want you to give yourself that sense of connectedness. I just wish you all joy and all dreams to come true. And when we come back from break, we are going to be talking to the tax guru in the nation, Karla Dennis, with her new book, Tax Storm. You want to know the new strategies because, as we always say, there's the inevitable pains of living, taxes and death. But today we'll be talking taxes. Don't go away. I'm Cynthia Brian. This is Star Style. Be the Star You Are. Visit BeTheStarYouAre.org and star-style.com. Be right back with Karla.
Listen. The world is talking. The World Talk Radio Variety Channel. Apathy, violence, and negative messages are everyday occurrences in our country. You can be a changemaker when you dare to care by supporting Be the Star You Are charity, a 501c3 that empowers women, families, and youth through improved literacy, positive media, and tools for living. Visit www.BeTheStarYouAre.org to find out how you can make a difference in our world. Everyone counts. That web address again is www.BeTheStarYouAre.org. BeTheStarYouAre.org.
Looking for unique, one-of-a-kind gifts for the special woman in your life? The Carmony Collection creates handmade handbags, clutches, candles, and canvases from vintage and recycled fabrics, bangles, and beads. Be eco-friendly and fashionable with prices for all pocketbooks. Visit www.carmonycollection.com. That's Carmony with a K and Collection with a K. Or call 925-785-7827.
You're listening to the World Talk Radio Variety Channel.
Be the star you are. You are.
positive, uplifting, life-changing talk radio. It's the Power Hour on Star Style, Be the Star You Are. Now, back to the show with the Oprah of the airwaves, Cynthia Brian.
Well, we are so glad that you have stayed with us. I am Cynthia Brian, and this is Star Style, Be the Star You Are, where the world comes to talk and listen, and we bring you the greatest authors that are going to inspire you, enhance your life, and make a difference. Well, a fine is a tax for doing wrong, while a tax is a fine for doing well. I love this quote. Death and taxes, the two inevitables of living. Karla Dennis is a nationally renowned tax expert. She's the founder and CEO of Cohesive, which is a comprehensive tax and accounting firm in Orange County, California that has been saving their clients millions of dollars in the past few years. Her second book is Tax Storm, and it's something that we all are going to need to read and buy. Welcome, Karla, to Star Style, Be the Star You Are.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, I am glad to have you on here, although I know that taxes is not something that anybody wants to really talk about. However, by hiding taxes under the rug, it only is going to make it worse. Now, you grew up on the tough streets of Compton, and that inspired you to fight for the common person through fair taxation. You have this new book out, Tax Storm. I loved the quote that you have in there from Thomas Jefferson that says, a government that is large enough to supply everything you need is large enough to take everything you have. And after reading Tax Storm, it seems like this is the tax tsunami that we are headed for. Tell us what is happening with all these new IRS rules.
There's so much going on, Cynthia, and it really started about a year and a half ago when all of these new laws started being passed. First-time home buyer credit, Wall Street bailout, economic stimulus bill, most recently the health care bill, and I can go on. But in those bills have come hundreds of new taxes that taxpayers are going to be assessed with in order to pay for these new laws.
Well, you know what I really found interesting in your book, Tax Storm, and it is Know the Law, Rethink Your Strategy, and Save Big on Your Taxes, is that so many of the taxes that we are paying are hidden, that we don't even know that they're really taxes. Talk about that a little bit. That was a frightening thing to me, that they're called fees or whatever, and it almost sounds like the government, wants us to make mistakes.
It's very true. The government is anticipating penalties this year, which is not considered a tax, to be $69 billion in 2011, 2012. So what happens, a lot of times they will not call it a tax. They may call it a fine. They may call it a levy. They may call it a penalty. If they don't call it a tax, then they don't have to vote on it. But a lot of this is dollars that they're trying to collect from the taxpayers.
Yes. And so if we don't have to vote on it, then we don't have a way of repealing it, right?
That's correct.
And that's what actually started with FDR. Now, some fun things that people need to know about your book, Tax Storm. First of all, it's very short. It's very easy to read. You speak in simple terminology, which, as a commoner, I need that kind of terminology. I think we all do when it comes to taxes. There are how many million pages of tax codes now? How do you keep up with something like this? I mean, it's so true. I can't imagine that anybody can go and file taxes without somebody like you as their guide.
Well, I enjoy it. I enjoy reading tax code, and I do lots and lots of hours of continuing education. But one of the things that I really do is when Congress is talking about new laws, I start reading the new laws. I read the House version. I read the Senate version. So when we finally do get the law, I have a real understanding of it. And I just enjoy reading law.
And I think that is what is the important thing. When it's really good that we have somebody out there like you that wants to interpret the law. You brought up in your book, first of all, you gave the history of taxes, which I found very fascinating because I didn't realize, how we didn't have taxes for a while, and then they would go up to 90%, and then it would be 1%, and by then the time it would be implemented, it's been all over the board throughout the years. Is there anything in the Constitution that actually says that gives any guideline for what the government's supposed to do?
Absolutely not.
No.
There's nothing that gives guidelines. So guidelines are open to who's ever in Congress at the time.
And this is why we get taxes that are coming and going and these stimulus packages. Now, the frightening thing that I found is towards the back of your book, you're talking about weathering the storm and what's coming. And you're encouraging people to talk to tax advisors, et cetera, to see what's going to come up. But one thing was the 1099. It was a miscellaneous, I think, where there's some possible new law where everything we do, we're going to have to 1099 anybody that we pay over $600, like your cell phone company, the stores. Is that actually going to happen?
Absolutely. It's going to start in 2011. And so what they are trying to do is get taxpayers to 1099 vendors for any services that we purchase from them, so that IRS now has a way to track how much a vendor is actually making. They're really trying to close the gap on what IRS feels that business owners are reporting on their tax returns and what they feel like should be reported. They believe there's a $34 billion tax gap.
Now, we're speaking with tax guru Karla Dennis, and her book is Tax Storm, and she is very, very knowledgeable, as you can see, on the upcoming taxes and on the past taxes and on the history of taxes. But, Karla, this one that they're looking at now for 2011, doesn't this seem so crazy? I mean, how is the average person going to be filing 200 or more 1099s? Plus, they've brought on so many more IRS agents, I understand. However, how is that all going to be correlated? Is it all computerized?
You know, it's going to be very interesting, Cynthia. I don't think that the average taxpayer even is aware of this, so I'm really glad we're talking about this today. IRS is depending on us not being aware of it so they can collect the fines, which they're anticipating the fines being $69 billion for people not being in compliance. My recommendation is certainly going to be to just really keep your eyes and ears open, speak to a professional to make sure you're tracking this information, because it's going to be a paper nightmare.
Well, you know, getting back to paper nightmare, again, very simply in your book, Tax Storm, you illustrated that everybody, every bank, every payer is saying, go paperless, go paperless, go paperless. And I mean, I just was, doing bills today, and I was online, and the banks are saying, before I can even get to my account, it says go paperless. Well, I have refused to go paperless because I'm afraid that the IRS is not a paperless society. You confirm this in your book, is that when we get audited, we're going to have the paper trail.
You're going to definitely have to have the paper trail. And it's really kind of interesting that your bank is telling you go paperless. Everybody's doing everything online, but IRS wants to see canceled checks and paperwork. So it's very, very interesting what's happening. I'm going to certainly recommend that everybody keep paper copies.
Yeah, what that says to me is that the IRS wants us to make mistakes so that they can collect the penalties and the fees for when we make the mistakes.
That's absolutely correct. They're dependent on our human error and lack of knowledge so that they can generate more revenue.
So what do we do? What do we do? I mean, obviously, you're going to have to be in classes a lot. Everyone who's in that professional capacity is going to have to be in it. But what do you suggest that people do? I mean, besides, everyone has to work with a professional, it seems.
Absolutely. You definitely want to work with a professional, and you want to work with a professional that keeps up with the tax law.
Exactly.
That's going to be the key. I enjoy what I do. So reading tax code for me is very relaxing. It's my passion. You're going to just really have to get with someone that really, really enjoys it, because there's a lot coming. I'm waiting now to see what's going to happen in Congress, if there's going to be changes coming towards the end of the year. So there's a lot going on. So I recommend the average person, at least, if nothing more, subscribes to some type of medium that is going to allow them to do some cursory reading but get with a professional that's going to be really solid in this knowledge.
Well, one of the things that you talk about also in your book, Tax Storm, is you have 4 sons and you're very much into football, and I loved all the analogies you have with your family. But the difference between being a coach and a referee. And so what people really need, a coach will help you go in the right directions. They find out the answers, where a referee just either says touchdown or penalty, right? So
that's absolutely correct.
The
difference between a coach and a referee, in my opinion, is a referee is a person that's just going to tell you what you can't and cannot do, but a coach is going to find a strategy to help you along the way.
And this is what you do for your clients through Cohesive.
Absolutely. We work with our clients on strategy. We don't expect our clients to know tax law. That's our job. We enjoy it. Our goal is to make our clients feel comfortable enough to talk to us so that we can work with them to reduce their taxes, make it less threatening, less worrisome, so that they can really relax and enjoy the experience as much as they can, as opposed to being stressed out over filing their tax return.
Well, and something else is that even though the taxes are due every year at the same time on April 15th, it really is a year-round job, because you really have to be on top of it or have someone on your side that's on top of it for you.
I definitely agree. It is a year-round job, and what I like to say is between January and April 15th, that's emergency room tax preparation. That's filing forms and just being in compliance. The actual tax strategy and work is done from May through December 31st. That's when you really, really need to be looking at your taxes, figuring out where you are, putting a strategy in place, reduce your tax bill, staying within the limits of the law.
Well, there were several terms in your book. Again, we are talking to Karla Dennis. Her book is Tax Storm. She is the CEO of Cohesive, which is a comprehensive tax and accounting firm in Southern California. You can find more information about her company at karladennis.com, and that's Karla with a K. But one of the things is there are many, many ways that you can, I don't want to say avoid taxes, but reduce your taxes, because you're very clear, you believe everybody has to pay taxes, but why should we be paying more taxes? And you have many examples in your book of how sometimes you pay too much because you're filling out your forms incorrectly, and you can't get the money back. How the government will look at it as a voluntary contribution that you've made to the U.S. government.
That's absolutely correct. There's so many strategies you can use to reduce your tax bill. I think that most taxpayers fear taxes and they don't understand their strategy behind it. But certainly there are things that you can do, and it's not too late even for the end of the year to put some strategy in place to reduce your taxes. And use the code to the fullest extent. Use all the pages of the tax code that apply to you. I know oftentimes taxpayers will say, I don't want to go over the line, or I don't want to throw up a red flag. But the tax code is there. It can definitely help you, whether you're a small taxpayer or a big business owner. If you use it to the fullest extent, you can see a lower tax bill.
Well, you have some true tax tales in the back of your book, and one of them was how the 1040 form came about. It was originally a one-page, simple form to fill out that Nina Wilson Putnam had put together, and now there are 480 different forms with all different lengths. And that particular one has 33 pages of instructions to make it, quote unquote, easy for you. I laugh so hard. It's like, it definitely feels like we are really struggling. And there are 8 million words and 8 million pages of forms are now available from the IRS. There is no way that we as individuals can weather this storm unless we have a professional on our side. And something else that I thought was extremely important in your book, you have the Taxpayer's Bill of Rights in there.
Absolutely.
So tell us just briefly about that Taxpayer's I know there's too much to tell, but how people can really need to know about it so that they can, know their rights when something happens or before something happens.
I agree with you, and that's why I printed that in the book. I wanted taxpayers to know that you do have rights as it pertains to your taxes. And the most important right is you have the right to representation if you're audited or if IRS contacts you for an audit. You have the right to have somebody represent you, to be treated fairly, and to be given the opportunity to present your case in a professional and respectful manner. And that's just so important that we as taxpayers know we have that right.
Well, and the other thing that is something new is that the IRS is actually calling the taxpayer on the phone, and we get, if a secretary answers and gives too much information, or we get nervous and we say the wrong thing. So we have the right to say we want representation and not talk to them. Do we also have the right not to write our phone number on the tax return?
You certainly do. It's not mandatory to put your phone number on the bottom of your tax return, on the bottom of your 1040. But most people that prepare returns just kind of start filling out the forms and putting everything on there. It's not mandatory, and I don't do it for my clients at all.
So it's better not to have any phone number on there. I mean, I agree. I think that we don't want to be caught off guard because anything we say can and will be held against us.
That's absolutely correct.
Well, you are such a plethora of knowledge. It's just unbelievable, Karla. It's obvious that you care about your clients and you care about the tax codes. Do you think that some of these crazy things are going to be repealed? Because this whole health care bill scares me to death. I have a feeling we're going down the rabbit hole here, and it's not going to be such a good thing.
I think there may be some aspects of the health care bill that will be repealed, but a lot of the taxes that in there will not be, because a lot of the taxes came about with the first-time home buyer credit and the law that was introduced by Nancy Pelosi. The health care bill just expanded on those laws that had already been passed. So even if the health care bill is repealed, the taxes associated with it will not.
So they're still going to be there. Well, yes. I just want to advise our listeners, rush out, pick up a copy of Tax Storm by Karla Dennis. You can know the law, you'll rethink your strategy, and you'll save big on taxes. And then, of course, you can always get in touch with her if you would like her to come to speak, as she is a tax expert, as you can see, on a national level. Visit her website, karladennis.com. That's KarlaDennis.com. Just give us kind of a quick wrap-up, Karla, because there's so much to know. And you very succinctly put it together here in your book, Tax Storm.
You know, a wrap-up really would be, Cynthia, is that everybody should really take advantage of the tax code, take over the power over your taxes, do something to reduce your tax bill. Don't be afraid, but really empower yourself to take a step toward reducing your bill. And you can certainly do it. Don't be afraid of the IRS. There are good tax professionals out there that can help you. But stay alert, stay wise, and just know when bills are being passed and new laws, that taxes come with it.
Excellent, excellent advice. Again, Karla Dennis, the book is Tax Storm. Her company is Cohesive in Southern California, Orange County specifically. Karla, thank you so much for coming on Star Style, Be the Star You Are, and helping all our audience be more proactive and to lose the fear and to take care of taxes now so they don't have to worry about the penalties later. You're wonderful, Karla.
Cynthia, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And when we return from break, we are going to be getting our health together. We'll be talking with Master Liin, who has taken the ancient healing art of Qigong and simplified it for all of us so that we can be healers ourselves. I am Cynthia Brian. This is Star Style. Be the star you are. We'll be back in a minute with a healthy segment when we have Spring Forest Qigong. Stay with us.
listen. The world is talking. The World Talk Radio Variety Channel. Are you living your dreams? Want to create a life you love but don't know how to begin? Lifestyle coach and personal growth expert Cynthia Brian has jump-started the lives and careers of clients for over 2 decades with her signature Star-Style consultations with personalized sessions by phone or in person. You'll turn your passions into profits. Visit www.cynthiabrian.com or call 925-377-STAR. That's cynthiabrian.com or call 925-377-7827. Cynthia Brian is your guide on the side. www.cynthiabrian.com. You can be the star you are.
Be the star you are. Light up the flame that burns.
Get a positive prescription for living and discover a cure for adversity when you make a difference in the lives of others by donating to Be the Star You Are, a 501c3 top-rated charity dedicated to empowering women, families, and youth through increased literacy, positive media, and tools for living. www.BeTheStarYouAre.org. All donations are tax deductible. www.BeTheStarYouAre.org.
Be the lucky star you
The World Talk Radio Variety Channel, where the world comes to listen and talk.
Be the star you are. You are the star.
Turn up the volume, grab a seat, and get ready to be challenged, inspired, and motivated to greatness. It's Power Party time on Star Style, Be the Star You Are, with your hosts, the mother-daughter dynamic duo, Cynthia Brian and Heather Brittany.
Thanks for staying with us here on Star Style, Be the Star You Are. It's Cynthia Brian with you. Well, everyone wants to be happy and healthy, but in today's busy world, most people will just prefer to pop a pill for some instant relief instead of going to the source of what is happening in our bodies. Spring Forest Qigong is a simple, efficient, and effective method for helping you experience optimal health, have wellness, have happiness. It helps you heal yourself, your emotional pain, your physical pain, and it can really enhance the quality of your life. Master Chunyi Lin is an international Qigong Master. He's the creator, the founder, and the chairman of Spring Forest Qigong. And he's here with us today to introduce you to Spring Forest fundamentals so that we can unlock your healing energy. Welcome, Master Lin, to Star Style, Be the Star You Are.
Yes, hi, Cynthia. This is Chunyi, and very, very nice to be on your show. It's such a great honor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was so lovely to watch your beautiful DVD in the gorgeous gardens. Just by watching you perform the Qigong and show us how to work the energy, it made me so very relaxed. So I want to talk about Spring Forest Qigong and what it is, how we can all benefit from it. Because you have noted that 70 million Americans are suffering from chronic pain, and yet there is this ancient Chinese secret to health that's been used for over 5,000 years called Qigong, but we are just learning about it now. So tell us a little bit about what it is and how we can today start using it to heal ourselves with this positive, beautiful energy.
Okay, well, thank you. Well, just now I turned on your talk about the taxes, and I think this is just very good, perfect time in talking about Qigong. And Qigong can help you to relax and give you more energy and give you the clarity of your mind, and so you can focus better on your daily life and such like in doing your taxes. And it's just perfect time to talk about Qigong.
Yeah, it is so perfect, Master Lin, because I thought, my goodness, we need something to balance our energies when we start thinking of the stresses that come with
yes,
taxes.
yes. Qi means energy, Gong means work. Working with the body's energy, that's what all Qigong about. Everything in the universe is energy, and Einstein said, energy cannot be created, it has always been. Energy cannot be destroyed, it will always be, but energy can be transformed. Literally, your body's energy is constantly on the process of transforming. The question is it transformed for better or for worse? So Qigong is a very ancient technique, a Chinese technique, to help you to relax yourself, to help you to transform any forms of energy you don't need in your body, such like a stress, anxiety, or aches and pains, arthritis, and even in the more severe blockages like a tumor, into something beautiful, into something healing.
And everyone wants this, Master Lin. Qigong is comprised, or actually your Spring Forest Qigong has 4 components to it. Breathing, very gentle movements that are actually exercises, a mental focus, and the sound.
Yep.
But the part I loved the most is how you start everything with smile. Start my internal love engine is what SMILE stands for. Smile.
Yeah,
this is one of my mottos.
The most powerful
Smile,
healing
have
energy
fun.
in the entire universe.
I was so happy to know that this is part of Qigong because just starting with that smile puts you right in the space that we need to start these beautiful movements.
Right. Yeah, and Qigong, the Spring Forest Qigong focuses on helping yourself to discover the healer from within, the master from within.
And you wrote another book called Born a Healer.
Yeah, so I in my book, I tell people, you were born a healer. Many times people came to my classes or came to my healing in my healing center after they got a good result, and they said, wow, Chunyi, you were born a healer. Then I said, yes, I was born a healer, but so were you. Everybody was born a healer. Everybody was born with this beautiful gift that you can help yourself to heal and you can help others to heal too. And it is all because you have that unconditional love in your heart. And Qigong, just like what you mentioned, and we have 4 basic elements. The first one is the breathing. The second one is the mind. And then the movements, the postures of the hands and the body, and then the sound. But no matter what you do, the first thing is you need to do is just put a smile on your face. Slow down your breathing. Put a smile on your face. SMILE stands for Start My Internal Love Engine. Once you open your heart, you allow that unconditional love energy from your heart to come out. That's the moment you just feel so powerful, and you empower yourself in that way. And of course, our mind is also very powerful too. So it can, when you think in a negative way, negative things are going to happen to you. When you think in a positive way, positive things are also going to happen to you too. That means you have your life in your hands. You want to have a good life? Hey, it is in your hands. You want to have a bad life? I don't believe anyone wants a bad life. It also starts from your mind, from your hands too.
Well, and you talk about this in your book, in the DVD and the CD of the Spring Forest Qigong, about how this energy system works, that the blockage is not about the symptom like most people try to cure the symptom. It's about the cause.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's different. It's a different way, and it's so important the way we think. If you have positive thoughts, you're going to have more positive outcomes. If negative thoughts, more negative outcomes. And this is where the smile is so important. Yeah. I wanted to talk just a second about your very incredibly simple technique called sword fingers.
Uh-huh.
Because in learning your story, you suffered greatly from pain in your knees, and you had some ailments as a child that you were able to heal through Qigong.
Right.
And so hearing that, I had a pain in my knee last night, and I followed your directions for sword fingers, and I was truly, truly astonished at the energy that it changed. It just changed, and the pain went away.
Yeah. So that's what I tell people. And this technique is just so simple, and you were born with it, and you believe it, it works. You don't believe it, it still works. When you believe it, it works better.
I want you to repeat that. Whether you believe it or not,
right,
it still works.
Exactly.
That, to me, is what is so empowering about Qigong and the Spring Forest Qigong.
Uh-huh. So you want me to explain how to do the short fingers?
Yes, please.
Okay. So what you need to do, and if you have any aches and pains in the body, for instance, you have pain in your knee, in your left knee, and you put the tips of the ring finger and the little finger against your thumb, okay? And then stretch the middle finger and the index finger straight forward, pointing straight forward and together. And then you visualize, you send out energy through the fingers, the middle finger and the index finger, into the area where you have the aches and pains. And you move your short fingers in just for 10 seconds to 30 seconds, and repeat in your mind, blockage is gone, pain is gone, open, 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 open. Repeat that for a few minutes, a few seconds, and then you open your hand like you're grabbing something, visualizing your hand as an energy hand going into the knee, taking hold of the aches and pains or any energy blockages as smoke, then pull it out, throw it away.
And you pull it out
and
like
throwing it away,
said.
and at the same time repeat in your mind, the pain is gone, channel is open, completely healed, and feel how good you feel while you're doing so. You just need to do this motion repeatedly for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then at the end, you give energy with the palm into the area where you have the pain. And then that's it. Take 3 deep breaths. If you work on others, you ask others at the end, take 3 deep breaths, and rub your hands and massage your face. And by doing so, you help your friends to wake up from deep meditation during the healing session with you. And most of the time, your friends will feel a good difference right after that.
Well, and if anyone's wondering what this looks like, Master Lin has a wonderful set that includes the book, and it includes a DVD, and it includes a CD, and it is called the Spring Forest Qigong. This is a level 1, and you can just watch the DVD and go along with what you're doing. Or if you want to just listen to the CD, then you actually lead people in the meditations with the breathing.
Mm-hmm.
And the breathing is very interesting because of the sounds that go with it.
Yeah.
So there are 2 main sounds. There's the inhale sound, and then there's the exhale sound.
Right.
Do you want to do those on the air?
Yeah, the first one is Om. The second one is Mo. It's like a yin-yang, and help the vibration and the focus and help you to open up the channels.
Now, you also have a mantra, or you call it actually the password, when you are working with the healing, which is, I am in the universe, the universe is in my body, the universe and I combine together.
Right.
How does this help maintain our balance or bring our energy into balance to keep that energy flowing, Master Lin?
Also, this password is very important, and it helps you to connect yourself to the divine, to your master or to your God. And so we are an energy being, and at the same time, we are also a spiritual being too. And so we are a resident on the planet, and we are also the resident of the universe. When you say the password during your meditation, you connect your heart with the divine, with your God, with your master, wherever you feel comfortable, and you make the connection, or the universe. And then you are going to have endless energy to use. So that is the purpose. So
well, and if anyone's wondering about credentials, Master Lin was named the Qigong Master of the Year at the 12th World Congress on Qigong and Traditional Chinese Medicine this year. And he has helped more than 120,000 people learn about these really powerful healing benefits of Spring Forest Qigong. Since you've come to the United States in 1995, I want to give out your website a couple of times here, too, Master Lin, so that people can go there because you have so much information. You can go to Spring Forest Qigong, which is spelled, it's QIGONG.com, or they can go bornahealer.com and find information there on Spring Forest Qigong and the healing benefits and the principles and how to use it. You also, you have people coming to you and you do a lot of different kinds of treatments to relieve the chronic pain just from where you are. Tell us a little bit about that because you've worked with the Mayo Clinic as well.
Right. So we did a study with the Mayo Clinic doctors, and the result is fantastic. And we also had some other studies, and helping people with depression and chronic pain, and the result is also wonderful. And so I have a healing center here in Minnesota, and people travel from far and wide within the country and outside of the country, and to come to the center to see us. We have quite a few healers working together with me, and we send energy and help to detect energy blockages and find out the cause of energy blockages in the body, so that we send our love energy into those areas to help to balance the energy blockages. So many people, they feel great benefit. Besides, the healing we give to people, we also give advice to people how to do the exercises and how to do the exercises better and well.
And what I really, really like, Master Lin, that you have done that no one else has done is so many people say that Qigong is difficult or it takes years or a lifetime to master. You have brought it down to a very simple, understandable, easy technique with your Spring Forest Qigong that anybody can do. And then you have the self-study materials, which, you have the videos and the DVDs and the CDs and the other learning tools and the book. So I really want to encourage people to go to springforestqigong.com or bornahealer.com and get more information and find out how you too can learn this really wonderful, ancient way to balance our body, mind, and spirit. And how much better is this than having to do something that is going to be invasive? This is something we could do every day to make us happier, healthier, and more productive.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, I want to thank you so much for being on our show, Master Lin. And again, the website is Spring Forest Qigong or bornahealer.com. Do you want to just leave us with a few words to inspire our audience to just, live a life of love and opportunity? Because I know you live what you teach. You
well,
walk
thank
your
you.
talk.
Yeah, I do want to share one more thing with you. Is in Spring Forest Qigong, you can really discover that you were born a healer. You were born with this beautiful gift that you can help yourself to heal, and you can help others to heal too. And the most powerful healing energy in the entire universe is love, is unconditional love.
Unconditional love.
Gandhi said,
you were born a healer.
Love is the most powerful but the simplest force the world possesses. And Spring Forest Qigong through another way to demonstrate the truth of this, of what Gandhi said. So,
well, thank you again. This is Master Lin. He is the founder of Spring Forest Qigong, and he is born a healer, but so are you. Go to Spring Forest Qigong or bornahealer.com and find out how you too can get involved in Spring Forest Qigong and bring optimum health into your life. Thank you so much, Master Lin, for being here with us on Star Style, Be the Star You Are. You truly are a star, and you are shining brightly and helping others, too. We really appreciate that.
Well, thank you so much, Cynthia, for helping me in your show. It's such a great honor.
Thank you so much, and health and happiness to you. Thank you to all the listeners for allowing us into your life. We'll be with you again next week. For more information on Star Style, go to star-style.com. And for the charity, BeTheStarYouAre.org. Until we celebrate again, go out into the world, make it a great day, and be the star you are. I'm Cynthia Brian. We'll be together next week. Thanks for joining me.
Star you are, be the star you are. You are the star. Keep caring.
Thank you for being part of our Star Galaxy on today's episode of Star Style, Be the Star You Are. We hope you've enjoyed the commentary and are motivated to dream big, overcome obstacles, and realize your potential. For further information, visit www.starstyleradio.com. Join our Power Party next week right here on World Talk Radio as Cynthia Brian, Heather Brittany, and the pioneers of the planet pump up the energy with positive, uplifting, life-changing radio. Until then, be the star you are.
You